Today, we're diving into the curious world of crafty critters and looking closely at a very famous and rather grumpy one, the Grinch. But this time, we're not talking about his attempts at stealing Christmas. Oh no, we're exploring the mysterious and funny journey of the Grinch's DIY crafts gone hilariously wrong. Get ready, because things are about to get a little messy. Once upon a time, in the whimsical world of Whoville, the Grinch decided it was time to try something new. Everyone in Whoville was busy making crafts for the holidays. That's when the Grinch, though not the craftiest creature around, thought, why not me? So off he went, ready to make some amazing DIY crafts. Well, that's what he thought at least. His first project was a simple one, a beautiful Christmas wreath. The Who's always made the most colorful ones, and the Grinch thought he could do it too. He gathered twigs and leaves, and they were going to be the finest wreath materials ever. As he bent and twisted the twigs, he wound them tighter and tighter. But when he was finally done, what he had was more like a tangled mess than a wreath. The twigs acted more like a stubborn puzzle than a beautiful decoration. But the Grinch was determined. I'll just try something else, he grumbled as he looked at his next craft idea. Paper snowflakes. How hard could they be? The Who's made them look like magic. They snipped and folded their paper so perfectly. The Grinch took his scissors and some white paper, and he snipped and snipped and snipped some more. When he opened his creation, it was less of a snowflake and more of a snowy explosion. There were too many holes, and it looked like Swiss cheese. Even Max, his loyal dog, couldn't help but give it a puzzled look. Now, you might think the Grinch would stop there, but he was more stubborn than his failed crafts. Next, he decided to make a gingerbread house. In Whoville, these sweet structures were a delicious tradition. So the Grinch started by mixing up dough. But measuring the ingredients precisely was not his strong suit. A bit too much flour here, a little less sugar there, and soon the dough was a sticky mess. When he finally baked it, the pieces crumbled apart. Undeterred, he squished them together with sticky icing, and his gingerbread house looked more like a melting igloo. Despite these mishaps, the Grinch pressed on. His final attempt was to knit a cozy scarf. After all, Whoville winters could be quite chilly. He picked out a vibrant green yarn, the color of his own furry self. With knitting needles in hand, he began. But the Grinch soon realized knitting wasn't just about moving needles. Somewhere along the way, he created more knots than stitches. Each time he tried to untangle them, they seemed to magically reappear. What was supposed to be a long, warm scarf turned into a short and bumpy snake of yarn. As the day ended, the Grinch sat among his wonky wreaths, holy snowflakes, a gingerbread mess, and a tangled scarf. It wasn't quite what he had planned at all. But then something unexpected happened. He chuckled. Not a mean, grumbly chuckle, but a genuine one. The Grinch realized that even though his crafts had gone wrong, he actually had fun trying something new. Crafting, he discovered, wasn't just about getting things perfect. It was about the joy of creating, the laughter in the mistakes, and the stories that came with them. And so, the Grinch learned an important lesson that day. Even if things don't turn out as planned, trying your best and enjoying the process makes it all worthwhile. With this newfound wisdom, he decided to keep crafting. Who knows? Maybe one day his wreaths will stay intact. His snowflakes will be perfect, and his gingerbread house will stand tall. In the end, the Grinch realized that sometimes things go wrong. But that's okay. It's all part of learning and having fun. So next time you try a DIY craft and it doesn't come out right, just remember the Grinch and his crafty adventures. Keep trying, keep laughing, and most importantly, enjoy the creative journey.